right? Mm-hmm. Answering a question. So celebrity fact feud. I watch this with my family, and it's different celebrities and their families going up against each other for charity.
Love
right?
it.
And sometimes it's an actual family. Sometimes it's a TV family. Like you'll have the cast of Grey's Anatomy versus the cast of another show.
Right.
You know? So anyway, check this out.
Give me Sherry. Give me Aya. All right, guys, here we go. Let's do it. Top 6 answers on the board. Name something a lady cop might do to her husband in the bedroom.
Cut his penis off.
Oh. Yeah. Wait, hold on. It's not. Hold on. Steve is dumbfounded. He's speechless.
He is. He looking at her like,
rightfully
what?
so.
The good answer.
That ain't no good answer.
Y'all sit your
That is
asses
the worst
down.
part. I need to take that rule out.
Wow. Sherry, listen. This that we're doing, this is a game. This isn't therapy. You're not supposed to be up here to get out your innermost thoughts.
I just thought most of America would feel that way. I did, if they've been through something.
But then in the back, we hear you, Sherry. Yes, Sherry. Cut it off.
Yeah. So I'm thinking, little Jeffrey, if that's what he's growing up with, that's just the first thing that comes off the top of her head. Cut his penis off. That's what a lady. What?
And after she said it, she was like, "Ooh, it's out now."
Wow.
she thought about it afterwards.
And
that's funny.
There was like no blowback, of course, because let me get on TV talking about, and I ain't even nobody. Let me talk about cutting off some woman something. All hell break loose.
Because it just don't make sense.
Oh, man. So, yeah, maybe that might have something to do with why
she needs to enlighten her son a little bit more about African-American culture, I think. And he will probably...
You don't think that she lives a black world? I think she actually...
No, I think he doesn't live a black world.
Oh, because of school and stuff that he maybe goes to. So do you think that is why he doesn't like black girls? Because he's not around enough? He's not in a black...
I just think he doesn't understand why they shake their neck, why they sassy or...
But if they're mean to him...
Well, I don't think...
If they say, I don't want your flower, go away, Jeffrey, that's kind of mean. And the white girls want to touch your hair and be nice to you.
But I just want her to explain to her son a little bit more about African American culture. Yeah, they might be a little bit snarkier, a little bit more shorter, but they all are not like that. And you shouldn't be like you don't like black girls because the couple at your school are short with you or they don't feel you.
That's a good point. She should probably point out that just because those particular girls are that way, then. But it's odd to me that the black girls at an all white school would be, that they would be that. I don't know the word to use.
Well, okay. Here's another aspect.
Sassy.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
That doesn't sound like white school
behavior,
or blacks in a white school behavior. That sounds like black in a black school behavior. You know what I mean? Like it doesn't sound like it's weird to me that. So if he's 13, they're I'm assuming around the same age, and if they grew up in that same environment, then why aren't they more like Jeffrey?
Well, I was going to say the other aspect might be that it's a matter, if you are black and other black people, maybe I'm talking specifically about these black girls, actually, and this is in relation to what you guys just said, they see Jeffrey as one of them. Mm-hmm. So he's not exotic to them. He's just another boy. Mm-hmm. He's not a black boy, he's just a boy.
Right.
And to the white girls, Jeffrey might even be something exotic. That's why they want to touch the hair and blah, blah, blah. And they might be nice to him because they're trying to get to know this exotic creature that's different, that does not look like their brothers, does not look like their cousins, does not look like their other neighbor kids. So
it may even be a little taboo.
Right. Which, and he's playing into that like, oh, they love me.
Right.
Because I've been lured by that siren call of the whites.
Right. Yeah.
I've had an opportunity to have some of that.
It's true. It's true. It's true. So true.
But I like, oh, well, you know, some of them are legit, some of them are not. Some of the black people are legit, some of the black people are not.
That's true.
But he's just, I don't know. Do you think this is a real thing?
That black girls are mean, or that?
Yeah.
I think that's a real perception.
Definitely.
I think it's a real perception. I know black women are highly offended by it, you know, highly upset about it. But and sometimes there's truth to things for legitimate reasons. Yeah, but, you know what I mean? But
yes, but do you think we set little black girls up to be? I mean, one of the things, again, like with the reality shows, like there's always the angry black woman. The TV shows, there's always the angry black women, and black regular real folk black women are like, oh my God, we aren't all that way. Like, and every time I get upset about something, I have legitimate beef, everybody discounts me because like, oh, she's just an angry black woman.
Right.
Of course, the media, that's what they do. They play in the stereotypes. You know, they even I believe Dejan has said that they've asked her to be more black or to blacken up her characters and things like that. And I mean, we all know this. I didn't get cast by a black casting because I was not black enough.
Not dark enough.
Yeah.
Yeah. No. Well, yeah. But her exact words were, "You're not black enough."
Oh. Yeah.
That's what a black woman told me. And I'm like, what the fuck does that mean?
Right.
You know, the cause says for extras for
African American. I'm African American.
Right?
You can't tell me I'm not black enough.
Right?
That don't make sense.
Exactly. Like, you know, what does that even mean? You know, but it was for What's Love got to do with it, actually. And so yeah, it's definitely a thing that they play into the stereotypes, and that is a stereotype. But as we've also come aware, there's some truth to some stereotypes or whatever. And
see, my nieces, and I have a few at this point, none of them are mean girls.
Okay.
None of them are mean girls. They are the sweetest. One of them is so smart and intelligent. She is a little Michelle Obama.
Right.
And then her sister is a little more sassy, but she's definitely not mean.
Right.
At all.
But you know, there's mean white girls too.
Absolutely. Like I know tons of mean white girls.
So you can't really say. Okay, you know what it is? It's like the conversation we had before the show where we talked about black on black violence.
Yes.
It's
propaganda.
A thing, but it's not a thing.
Yeah.
Right? Black on black violence does exist, right? But calling it black on black violence and not saying white on white violence or Asian on Asian violence or Latino on Latino violence, that points it out as it and makes it seem like there's only black on black violence,
and only black people are violent.
That black girls are mean. Sometimes little kids are mean.
Right.
You know what I mean?
Right.
And sometimes they're black, sometimes they're white, sometimes they're brown, sometimes they're whatever.
Yes.
So that's the thing.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
I
But
agree.
are they more mean than any other race? I don't think so. I don't think, because like you named, I can't even, I'm like, when you start naming all the sweet little black girls you know, I'm like running through my head thinking of all the little black girls I know. And none of them are mean girls either.
Right.
You know, they're all sweet little black girls, you know. But I've experienced little mean white girls too.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So it's one of those things, you know. They even made the movie Mean Girls and they were white.
Yeah. That's true.
My cousin Rosa, forgive me, Rosa. She's Rochelle now. She's grown up. But when we were kids and she was Rosa, wow, she was a mean girl. Ooh. She fought. She would beat your ass. She would cuss you out. She would take from you. She would push you down. She was a bully when she was a kid.
Right.
She had some anger issues to work out, and now that we're on the grown side, we can all see where it came from and why. And because the adults that were supposed to be looking out for her, really, and giving her what she needed, weren't. Right. And that's why she was the way she was. Right. It was not because she was black.
Right. And and that's generally the reason why people are mean.
P.S. She has a twin sister, by the way. She has a twin sister, not mean.
Okay. Yeah, generally when a kid is mean, it's because they are going through something that has nothing to do with their race. It's just like people, you know. Yep. People are people, and they're all capable of everything from one extreme to the other.
Yep.
You know, and
I like your theory about the mother, though. Because there's a lot of modeling that kids do get from their parents, and a lot of times parents don't want to put that mirror on themselves and say, like, oh my God, it's me. I did that.
That's true. That's very
just
true.
Like I believe that what's his name? Tay Diggs. You know, everybody talk about
right
with black women or whatever. And I think a lot of it stems from, you know, his mother. And I know there are mothers out there. We were talking about this at my last family barbecue or dinner or whatever it was. About Tay Diggs, and he was telling a story about how when he was a kid he was flipping through this magazine and he saw this this black woman he thought was beautiful, and he said that he was going to marry her, and his mother checked him. Was like, no, you're not going to marry a black woman and da-da-da-da, and you're going to get a white woman and da-da-da-da, whatever. And it's like, well, no wonder he has, a lot of the issues and the self-hate.
That's just overt.
The self-hate that we see him. And likewise, my first wife, her mother gave her similar complexes, but she was dark-skinned, and she considered herself to be ugly and this and that. And she even asked me one day, because, my family were all fair-skinned, right? And at the time...
Did you say fair? Light?
What word would you prefer?
I would like to call you in particular. What do we say? Manila folder. Okay, vanilla.
Okay, if that makes you feel better.
Yeah, fair.
My family we tend to be on the vanilla side.
There we go. Light brights.
And my sister, my brother, and I, we all, because of my first wife was dark skinned. We all had dark skinned spouses at the time.
That's sexy.
Right? And she one day was talking about how she was kind of going off on some things, just like some issues, kind of venting. And she was like, and what is wrong with all of you guys with these? You guys got dark, spouses. Didn't your mother teach y'all better than that? What's wrong with you guys?
Oh, man.
Yeah, and she used to talk about how her mother would love me or whatever because I was so vanilla.
Oh, wow.
Whatever, because her mother had passed. When we married, her mother had passed. And so she had a lot of low self-esteem and a lot of issues that were a direct result of her mother, who probably received the same thing from her mother.
Yeah,
you know what I mean? It was passed down from, you know what I mean?
Yeah,
yeah. So
do you know if her mother was dark skinned or?
Yeah, her mother was dark skinned too.
So weird. That's so weird to me. That is so weird to me that somebody would tell their own child not to love another human being. Like, that is just so...
Well, the color
It's so real. It's so real.
Self-hate is real. It is real.
And it just goes to show, like, your family, you guys were able to date dark-skinned women and be happy and love these women. Like, you can just see
me
that...
and my sister, she had a dark-skinned husband at the time.
Oh, see what I'm saying? So, you can just see that... It doesn't matter. It doesn't matter if the person is light-skinned, dark-skinned, in between, black, white, whatever it is. You shouldn't put that type of stigma on a child because they have so much other things that they got to deal with.
Right. The three of us have been married twice, and we both have had lighter skin and dark skin spouses.
See?
Like all three of us.
Don't matter.
I say stick in the middle. Get yourself a nice little pecan man. Pecan man like me.
Oh, Lord. Lord.
Lovely.
All right, so let's move on to some other celebrity fuckery. The Seagram's liquor heiress Claire, is it Bronfman or Bronfman?
Bronfman?
Which one? No, you don't pronounce the N and the F. It's one or the other. It's either Bronfman or Brofman.
I have no idea. I don't hang out with rich people like this.
So
I don't know nobody that's rolled like that.
Claire.
Heiresses.
The Seagram's liquor heiress Claire. Which is
so she got a lot of money.
Right. She don't even got no I in her name.
Claire with no I.
Claire.
Used family fortune to finance sex cult. That's what the feds said.
She was the Seagram's liquor heiress?
Or is.
That's what she just said.
I know, right? Like said it 3 times. Kinda.
No, but I heard the story about the woman
sex cult.
About the sex cult, but I didn't know she was the Seagram's liquor heiress.
Well, she got to get the money from somewhere.
I see.
She's one of her. You know what? I have so many different
theories.
No, not theories, but I'm conflicted about this story because on one hand, to me, it's a non-story. And on the other hand, it's kind of a story, but not really, because it's one of those things where it's to me, it's akin to the Taco Tuesday story where the guy ate
a
foot,
sure.
Where it's like, okay, that's not something that we supposed to do and it's gross or whatever, but it's not illegal and it's not really the way they did it. It's it's one
that's
of
like the sex cult thing, yeah.
Yeah, I mean, a cult is not illegal,
right? And want to go off and have sex with people and blah, blah, blah. That's not that either.
Right. And these grown people, they're all grown. Nobody's underage. So there's this big to do over it because it's weird because it's kind of mixed with the business, and the business supposedly is like a multi-level marketing, but some people say it's really just expensive brainwashing, and it kind of reminds me of some aspects of Scientology-ish feel to it to me. You know, it kind of feels like that it might have been influenced by that to some extent, at least part of it, and it's this big secret